Hello everyone, bit of a channel update. So yesterday I played quite a few games of chess. I'm going to show you one of them in a second. I streamed a couple as well. If you want to check out the live stream, I think I played 2 games, got 2 wins. Both quite interesting games. But as a sort of update, I thought I would just show where I'm currently at in terms of rapid. So in the last 30 days, um, if I set this to 30 days, this flat line here was when I was just doing all the puzzles and streaming that and trying to improve my tactics, speed of calculation. And then around about the 8th of this month, or the 10th, sorry, I started playing some games and I've been uploading those to my channel. Um, don't worry, I am going to do more of the puzzles if you're interested in that stuff. I don't plan on stopping doing that. There will be more coming. So, but anyway, as you can see, I sort of started playing some games. I intend to take it seriously, and I've been slowly sort of rising up from, what was I at? 11, just over 1100. Been rising up, a few little dips here and there, some losses, and then last night, you can see at the end of the graph here, it's got a nice upward trajectory, and I'm currently sitting at 1214. So, yeah, we're heading up the way, and that's good. I don't know, some of the games are tougher than I thought they would be at this level. I don't know whether there's other players who are also rising up and I'm coming across them, or maybe I'm overestimating myself, my own abilities, and maybe I'm not quite ready to be at the 1600 level. I don't know. The tactics have definitely helped, though. One thing I would say is getting back into playing chess. The last time I played chess seriously was a long, long time ago. It was, let's just say, over 30 years ago, over the board. And back then, I did study a little bit. I read books and I studied the openings, and I had a bunch of openings prepared almost at the time. And the problem is, I've forgotten all of that. Yeah, it's literally gone from my brain, and I'm discovering that I'm running into problems in the opening. So I'm gonna have to start focusing on other areas of my chess as well, like not just the tactics, which I think are pretty good now, probably okay to get to the 1600 level. But my openings are definitely need some work. So maybe that's another idea for some content I could do. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions from you guys as well, about how I could improve. Should I get a chess coach? Do you guys have any recommendations? Um, but anyway, let's jump into this game. This was quite a good one, and it shows, I think, how doing the puzzles has actually paid off, because I found a nice kind of tactical idea towards the end. Wasn't a perfect game by any means. Chess.com thinks I played like a 1750. My opponent like a 1000. My opponent was rated 1162. I was just over 1200 at the time. So yeah, let's jump in. So I started off with the Queen's Pawn opening. This is what I always play as white. I'm actually just going to jump into the analysis and step through it. We get into a London, which is my sort of favourite opening at the moment for white. Fairly standard opening moves. Get the bishop out. I don't mind the bishop trade here. That's fine with me. My opponent then decides to do this, which is a bit of a strange move. Like, he's moved the bishop twice now. I would say that's... Chess.com saying it's a good move. It is creating a pin. But, there's something slightly not quite right about that to me, like moving the bishop twice. But maybe it's okay. I develop my knight. Again, standard stuff. I give the bishop a little kick, sort of question what he wants to do. He decides to go this way, which is an inaccuracy. And I don't know why, to be honest. Like, is the idea that he would do... So it's suggesting I take now, but what if I just do the same as what I did? That's an inaccuracy for me now. And then he takes. Yeah, okay. So basically, by going that way, it doesn't give him the opportunity to take here. And I now have g4, which you always have to be a bit careful when you're pushing in front of your king like this. But in this position, Black's way behind in development, and there's an opportunity for me here. I've got all my minor pieces developed. My rooks are still in the sort of starting squares, but you know, there's an opportunity here. I can sense there's something in the air. There's an attack brewing or something. So this is the right time to play this sort of move. That's really the only move that they can play. And then I just decided to trade off the bishops, which was the correct decision, creating a bit of weakness around the king. I then decided to play my knight in. This is a thematic move in London, and it's, when you can get this move in, it's always worth doing. It's also creating a threat. Apparently the best move was to play c4. This is something I struggle with in London, is knowing when to play c4. This was apparently the right moment. Just follow that. So that was the wrong move. Okay, but let's say... So if they played that, I would just move my queen here, lining up this way. So that's kind of interesting. And it looks like that can't actually be defended. Yeah. So that's... I'm not sure why... okay, so I understand. Right. So c4 opens up the possibility of the queen coming to this diagonal. So that sort of makes sense. But it's kind of unusual to me to sort of play c4 when the bishop's not here anymore, or here to take back. That's kind of what I'm used to seeing in like the Queen's Gambit and other sort of queen pawn openings. But yeah, I need to learn more how to do this, like when to do it, the right moment. Because some positions in the London, I know you're not meant to do that. Like you're meant to play the pawn here instead. So I need to learn that. If anyone has any pointers on that, like how do you know when to do this, that would be much appreciated. So anyway, didn't do that. I went for the knight in, which is okay. I've got an advantage here. That was the correct move from black. I decided then to play my knight in here, which it says it's an excellent move, but the best move again was to play c4. I think just potentially the same sort of idea. So now they would play bishop here, knight, rook g8. This looks really bad for black. Like their king's stuck in the middle. They're underdeveloped. Yeah, it's just a big advantage for white, I think. But I'm still not quite sure what the purpose of this move was. Maybe it's just to take. I'm not sure. Anyway, I need to learn more about that. So yeah, knight in, the pawn comes forward, I bring my knight in, threatening the rook. So allowing them potentially to take this. They play the correct move, which is to save the rook. I then decided to move my bishop this way. The correct move apparently was to go this way, which, I'm not sure about, yes, it's a good diagonal, but I was focused on the king, and I was like, let's get more pieces lined up in this area. So that's why I played this. I was conscious as well that it sort of blocks my knight from retreating as well, but I didn't see any immediate way for black to attack my knight. I actually missed a way that they can attack my knight. They then played this move, which is a mistake. I'm happy to just take that one off. I then played c3. Again, c4 would have been better. Which makes sense now, actually, thinking about it. This just grabs more space. There's no pawn here anymore, so I probably should have played that. But I played this instead. I was still just focusing over here. Not really worried about the queen side. They then found this move, and I panicked. I was like, oh my god. I didn't expect the king to attack my knight. And my knight has nowhere to go. My knight is trapped. So I'm now panicking in the game. But I was sort of thinking, this is still really bad for black. Even if they take my knight, I was like, the queen can come to this diagonal, probably pick up this pawn. If the king's here and the bishop's here, maybe I've got f4, open up the rook. I was like, okay, don't panic. This isn't over. You've not lost the game. But I should have seen that, and that's a big blind spot for me. I don't know. I'm not used to seeing the king come forward to attack a piece like this. It's sort of stepping forward, almost into danger, into the line of the rook, and so on. I just completely blanked on that, so I need to get better at that. I then played this move. So I was like, right, let's just blast it open. Let's get all the pieces into the game. This was a blunder. Um, so in this position, black can simply take the knight. We bring the queen in. They centralize their queen. We check. King runs. Kick the queen. If I'd played c4 before, I would have saved one move there as well, in this position. So that's kind of interesting. And then, we start opening things up. The rook's now open, but we're down a piece, and black is actually slightly better here. But I didn't calculate all this. I just thought, I need to blast this open right now. And black played this move. Sorry, what did they play? Yeah, they took the knight. So it's still okay for them. This is now a draw. I then pushed this pawn, and this was a mistake as well. So now, with correct play, the king just runs. Again, we open up the rook. They develop their knight, attacking the bishop, one of our main attackers. We bring the rook in. No, they're just holding on. The attack isn't quite strong enough. But fortunately for me, black didn't play perfectly. They took here, and this is now completely winning for me. So I, of course, took back with the pawn. They ran, and now this is completely different. If they hadn't taken this pawn and allowed this, they would probably be okay. But I then managed to sort of find the correct idea. Brought the queen in, threatening to come in this way. This was a mistake by them. They should have, well, apparently, queen d6. Sacrificing the queen was apparently the right move, so I'm not surprised they didn't do that. And now it's just a very nice mate, which I spotted thanks to all the puzzles I've been doing. Don't know if you guys can see it, but it's mate in one. And yeah, I'm quite pleased I saw this. I saw this all the way back from here. And I just have to give credit to the puzzles. This is why I've been doing them, to spot things like this. And yeah, mate, simply this. So yeah, was really pleased with that. A lot of the games I've played so far have been just sort of grinding out the end game, getting a win because I'm up a piece or something like that. There's not been much in the way of tactics. But this one was tactics, and it was also, I think, just a nice attacking game. I probably wouldn't have got away with this attack against a better player, or maybe even against this person on a better day. But sometimes players crumble when you attack them, and that seems to be what happened to you. My opponent didn't play that badly, I don't think. It was a fairly equal position for quite a long time. But once I got this attack going, and kind of almost spurred on, I guess, by losing my knight, it's like, well, I have no choice now. I have to attack and win the game because I've lost a piece. It sort of, focused me entirely on this side of the board, and like, how do I just attack? And it worked. So yeah, that was that one. Thought I'd just give you guys a bit of an update, a bit of a different type of content, game analysis. If you like this, please let me know. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.